In this lesson, we are going to learn how to conjugate AR verbs. What is an AR verb? A verb that ends with AR. As an example, I am going to use to speak or to talk. To speak or to talk, same thing in Spanish, hablar. We are going to start using the subject I, yo in Spanish. And we are going to talk about the past, the present, and the future. We are going to start with past tense. We are going to drop the AR when we are using past tense. We are just going to keep those four letters, the H, the A, the B, and the L. Same thing if we are conjugating in present tense. Okay, we are going to drop the AR. And if we are conjugating in future tense, as you can see, we keep the whole word. Okay, so we need to add something to it. What are we going to add? What is that plus? I want you to learn this pattern. E-O-E. What does that mean? It means that if we are conjugating in past tense, we are going to use the letter E to complete the word. So we started with hablar, we drop the AR, and now we add the letter E. That way we have yo hablé. Yo hablé. Hablar, present tense. You drop the AR and you add the letter O. So you say yo hablo. And then future tense, you keep the whole word and you add something. What do you add? The letter E again. Yo hablaré. So we have yo hablé, yo hablo, and yo hablaré. Let's practice using another verb. To need is necesitar. So how would you complete this? You have yo necesito, right? We drop the AR and you have the letter E. So yo necesité. Present tense, yo necesito. And future tense, remember you keep the whole word. Yo necesitaré. Let's practice using to use. Usar. So yo usé, past tense. Yo uso, present tense. And you keep the whole word when you are conjugating in future tense and you add the letter E, right? So yo usaré. One more. Let's use to walk. Caminar. So yo caminé. Yo camino. And yo caminaré. If you read past tense, you can see the pattern there. Yo necesité, yo usé, yo caminé. Present tense, yo necesito, yo uso, yo camino. And future tense, yo necesitaré, yo usaré, and yo caminaré. Now, let's practice. The pattern is going to be E-O-E. For past tense, the letter E. So, to speak, hablar. And I'm adding here some vocabulary, maybe you already know, but in case you don't, with in Spanish. Con, my, is me. In teacher, you have the masculine version and the feminine. Profesor, the masculine, profesora, the feminine version. Yesterday, ayer. And how would you say, I spoke with my teacher yesterday? Yo hablé con mi profesora ayer. To work, trabajar, many hours, muchas horas. And in this case, when we say last week, we need to say the last week. So the whole thing would be la semana pasada. That's gonna happen if you say something like next week, next year, last year, last month. We say the last year, the last month, the next year, the next month. I worked many hours last week. How do you say that? Yo trabajé muchas horas la semana pasada. To study, estudiar. Spanish, español. At is in. So at home, en casa. Last night, just one word. Anoche. Anoche. So I studied Spanish at home last night. Yo estudié español en casa anoche. To buy, comprar. When we have the letter A, we have two options, the masculine and the feminine. Un being the masculine and una is the feminine. Same thing with new. You have nuevo and with a no, so that's the masculine, and nueva, that's the feminine. And the word book is libro. I bought a new book. Remember, you drop the AR and you add the letter E. So, compré. Compré un libro nuevo. Now, present tense, you drop the AR and you add the letter O. Now, how do you say every day? You need to keep in mind that the word day is masculine. I know it seems feminine, ends with the letter A, but it's masculine. And when we say every day, we have two options. The first option that I want to give you is the plural version. We would say todos los días. Todos is masculine. Same thing with los, and everything has the letter S, as you can see. Todos los días. And then the second option is cada día. No S. If you ask me, I completely understand the second option is way easier, but I prefer to use todos los días. In this case, try to remember you need three parts. Todos los días. I speak Spanish every day. Yo hablo español todos los días. Then from, desde. Now I work from home. Do you remember how to say to work? Yo trabajo desde casa. In is en. And we need to keep in mind that morning in Spanish is feminine. So if we say in the morning, we are going to say en la mañana. I study in the morning. Yo estudio en la mañana. Coffee. Café. Here. Aquí. I buy coffee here. Remember to pause the video if you need to. Yo compro café aquí. Now, future tense. Remember, you keep the whole word. For example, if we are going to conjugate speak, you are going to keep the whole word hablar, and then you add the letter E. If you say she or her, it doesn't matter, we are going to use the same word. Ella. Ella. Tomorrow. Mañana. I will speak with her tomorrow. You keep hablar and you add the letter E. Yo hablaré con ella mañana. Now, let's talk about the days of the week. As you can see, this is the list. One little thing is that in English you say on. Some people think, oh, well, so in Spanish is in. No. Actually, we're using the Monday, the Tuesday. And all of them are masculine. So on Monday el lunes. On Tuesday, el martes. On Wednesday, el miércoles. On Thursday, el jueves. On Friday, el viernes. On Saturday, el sábado. And on Sunday, el domingo. Another thing that maybe you're noticing is that we are not capitalizing the days of the week in Spanish. And I know that maybe it's a little tricky to find a pattern in order to learn the days of the week. One little thing that I can give you is that from Monday to Friday, all of them end with es, right? Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, and viernes. I will work on Monday. Yo trabajaré el lunes. To travel is viajar. Now, the word to. In Spanish, we say a. In Spanish, we use the same word to translate other and another. The only thing you need to keep in mind is whether you're going to use a feminine or masculine noun. So you can use otro with masculine nouns and otra with feminine nouns. Country, país. Soon, pronto. I will travel to another country soon. Yo viajaré a otro país pronto. To call, llamar. Mom is mamá. Later, más tarde. I will call my mom later. With this one, I want to make a small adjustment. What we need is to add something. We are going to say, I will call to my mom later. What is that to in Spanish? The letter A. The pronunciation is a. Why do we need that? Because it's something that we use when we are talking about an action that affects a person. In this case, the action is to call and it's affecting my mom. Okay? So, how would you say, I will call to my mom later? Llamaré a mi mamá más tarde. To sing, cantar. In this case, I don't want to give you a sentence. I just want you to give me past, present, and future. Remember E-O-E. So, yo cante, yo canto, yo cantaré. Let's do the same thing with to dance. Bailar. Remember E-O-E. You drop the AR, past, you drop the AR, present, and you keep the whole word when you are conjugating in future tense. Yo bailé, yo bailo, and yo bailaré. Now, if you want to say to look, to watch, or to see, you can use the same word. Mirar, mirar. So again, past, present, and future, E-O-E. Yo miré, yo miro, and yo miraré. Now, do you want one more? I can give you to clean, limpiar. This time, leave your answer in the comments and I will let you know if you got it right. In the next video, you'll learn how to conjugate with you, tú, in Spanish. See you!